There are words that are not merely read, they are portals. And Psalm 112 is one of those sacred codes that, when spoken with faith, awaken invisible currents of prosperity. It does not speak only of material wealth, but of the abundance that comes from righteousness, of the light that dwells in the homes of those who trust in God. Today, as you listen and meditate upon these words, you are not merely invoking blessings, you are awakening the energy of divine prosperity that already resides within your home. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who greatly delights in his commandments. These words do not speak of fear, but of reverence. To fear the Lord is to recognize that all creative power comes from him, and that true wealth is born from harmony with the divine. The man who lives in this awareness becomes a channel of heavenly abundance. The righteous man does not seek prosperity as a goal, but receives it as the reflection of his faith. He understands that every blessing is a natural consequence of a heart aligned with God. While many chase after gold, the righteous seek the balance of the soul, and that is what makes gold chase after him. Wealth, in this state, ceases to be effort and becomes flow. When the heart vibrates in obedience and gratitude, everything around begins to reorganize itself. Doors that were locked swing open, waters begin to flow again, and the home fills with light. The divine presence creates an invisible order where chaos cannot remain. The home of the righteous becomes fertile ground where prosperity blooms naturally. To be righteous is to live with active faith, to sow good deeds even when no one is watching. It is to transform every thought into prayer and every action into blessing. The man who fears the Lord does not fear tomorrow, because he trusts in the promise that sustains him. And from that trust, true prosperity is born calm, steady, and eternal. His descendants will be mighty on earth. These words go beyond blood or material inheritance. They speak of a spiritual legacy that continues to vibrate through generations. Those who plant faith reap light, and that light travels through time, illuminating children and grandchildren yet unborn. The righteous understand that every prayer is a seed cast into the soil of the future. Even when he departs, his words continue to germinate in silence. True faith never dies, it transforms into an invisible force that protects those who come after. That is why, when you pray with faith, you are paving a path of blessing for your entire lineage. Divine prosperity is not a reward, it is a spiritual inheritance. It manifests when the heart vibrates in gratitude and service. The house that prays together prospers together, the home that blesses will never know lack. Psalm 112 reveals that the righteous man does not live for himself alone, but for all who follow after him. Each act of love, each word of faith, each deed of kindness echoes through time. What seems small today will tomorrow become protection over your descendants. When you choose to live under divine light, you alter the destiny of your family. And the name you carry becomes a symbol of faith, justice, and abundance. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. These words reveal that true fortune is born of spiritual integrity. It is not the accumulation of possessions that attracts prosperity, but the state of inner purity. Where there is peace, there is flow. Where there is faith, there is movement. Where there is justice, there is harvest. The heart of integrity never negotiates truth, even in times of scarcity. It trusts that what is divinely yours can never be taken away. The righteous man knows that God does not fail, and therefore, he does not need to rush, he simply remains. Serenity is the seal of those who trust in the perfect timing of the Creator. When a home vibrates with righteousness, everything within it prospers. The walls preserve harmony, food multiplies, and money ceases to be a source of anguish. For there, divine energy finds space to flow freely. The home of the righteous becomes a temple, and every corner hums with the sound of abundance. To be upright is to keep the heart pure even when the world tries to corrupt it. It is to refuse shortcuts that lead away from the light and to remain firm in the faith that sustains. The prosperity that comes from God is not swift, but it is eternal. It grows slowly, but it never fades because it has roots in the soul, not in the ego. Light rises in the darkness for the upright. These words unveil a profound mystery. Faith is a divine spark that never goes out. Even when everything seems lost, God kindles an invisible flame within the heart. And it is this flame that guides the righteous through the darkest nights of the soul. The light of God does not depend on external circumstances, it is born within. While the world collapses outside, the righteous keeps his inner flame alive. This light is not made of fire, but of hope, and its strength endures every storm. It is the silent radiance of a soul that trusts even when it does not understand. There are homes that seem immersed in shadow arguments, debts, discouragement. But all it takes is one heart in prayer to reignite the divine energy. When the name of God is spoken with faith, spiritual light expands and purifies the space. The home begins to breathe again, and what was blocked starts to flow. The righteous carry within themselves the power to illuminate wherever they go. Their presence is blessing, their words are healing, their faith is shield. Where they step, darkness dissolves, for the light that guides them is greater than any shadow. And Psalm 112 reminds us prosperity begins when light conquers within. Good will come to those who are generous and lend freely. These words reveal the secret of divine multiplication. Giving is the first step toward receiving. When the heart opens to share, it aligns with the vibration of the Creator, who never withholds, he flows. The generous man becomes a reflection of God himself, who blesses without measure. Generosity is not loss, it is seed. Every act of kindness becomes a root that sprouts in the invisible field of faith. The universe returns in abundance what is born of love. And the more the righteous give, the more heaven moves in their favor. God does not multiply what is hoarded in fear, but what is offered in faith. The bread that is shared becomes a feast, and the water poured out never runs dry. The open hand is a symbol of trust. Those who give declare their belief in divine providence. And for that reason, the generous will never know lack. True prosperity does not lie in possession, but in blessing. The soul that gives vibrates in light and attracts all it needs without effort. To be generous is to participate in the divine cycle of creation, to give, to receive, to multiply. And when the heart beats in that rhythm, abundance becomes eternal. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. These words are the foundation of divine prosperity. For faith is not the absence of fear, it is the courage to walk even when fear appears. The righteous triumph not through strength, but through absolute trust in God's will. Fear is the voice that tries to interrupt the flow of blessing. It whispers doubt, plants scarcity, and paralyzes the soul. But when faith is activated, fear loses its grip. The inner light of the believer extinguishes all darkness of uncertainty. Faith is the invisible shield that repels all negativity. Those who trust in God attract harmony, for they vibrate at the frequency of certainty. There is no delay, no loss, no fall that can destroy one who stands upon the promise. The righteous walk in peace because they know all things work together for their good. To have faith is to rest even when the sea is raging. It is to look into the invisible and see victory before it happens. The soul that trusts does not fear tomorrow, for it knows tomorrow is already in God's hands. And when fear departs, prosperity enters because trust opens every door of heaven. He has scattered abroad his gifts to the poor, his righteousness endures forever, his horn will be lifted high in honor. This verse is the seal of the righteous, the confirmation that victory is inevitable for those who live in integrity. The home that distributes blessings becomes a temple of light, surrounded by invisible walls of divine protection. Nothing that rises against it will prosper, for God himself dwells within. The home of the righteous is more than walls, it is an energetic field consecrated to peace. Every prayer spoken within it echoes through the heavens and strengthens its invisible foundations. Where there is faith, evil finds no shelter. Where there is gratitude, envy cannot take root. And where there is justice, the Spirit of God rests and guards all that blooms. When the heart moves in generosity, the home transforms into a sanctuary. Divine energy flows freely, blessing every path, every dream, every soul that enters. The victory of the righteous is silent but constant. It grows from the inside out, like the light of dawn. It does not need to be displayed, for it shines on its own. Psalm 112 ends with a promise: the power of the righteous will be exalted in glory. This glory is not human pride, but divine presence. It is the spiritual recognition of one who has lived with faith, served with love, and remained steadfast in the light. And when that light settles in the home, it transforms it into an eternal dwelling of prosperity. Lord, in your holy presence, I lift this prayer on behalf of every home that now hears these words. May the power of Psalm 112 manifest as golden light, enveloping each house, each family, each heart. Where there is fear, let trust enter. Where there is lack, let divine providence flow. And where there is silence, let your voice blossom, saying you shall not want. May the fountains of abundance be reopened upon every path. May the doors once closed by doubt, guilt, or weariness now be unlocked by faith. Lord, breathe your wind of prosperity and let money flow like a river meeting the sea. Purify the home of those who believe and turn its floor into fertile soil of blessings and accomplishments. Place your protection upon every wall, every table, every soul that seeks you. May the angels of light dwell within these homes and drive away all energy contrary to good. Let no envy, curse, or negative word find space where your presence reigns. For the home consecrated to you, Lord, is inviolable, a fortress of your glory. And now I declare divine prosperity is activated. The flow of wealth and spiritual abundance is restored. Peace reigns, health flourishes, and joy returns. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, so it is, so it shall be, and so it remains. Write in the comments, the light of prosperity dwells in my home. Subscribe to Legacy of Kings and remain steadfast in this current of faith, light, and abundance.